Yes, I'm sure.
Well, it's bound to turn up. Someone will find it.
Yes, well, that's what I'm afraid of. If it gets into the hands of the wrong person, all they have to do is change the photo and walk out of here any time they like. What on earth's going on?
Well, nothing. What do you mean?
What are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm just doing my job. I'm searching the dorm.
We did that. We searched in here together.
Yes, but I wasn't satisfied. Well, this lot, they can't be trusted, and Edwards is hiding something. It's obvious from her behaviour.
I don't understand you. We searched in here thoroughly.
Yes, I did. But how do I know that you looked properly? Anyhow, how dare you spy on me?
Spy on you? The further apart we are, the happier I'll be. Mrs. Davidson wants to see us, so I came to get you.
Well, you could have just said so in the first place. Well, what are we waiting for? You said Mrs. Davidson wants to see us, didn't you?
The money for the extra laundry will come in through Sandy, and we get to keep the money.
That's terrific. We'll probably end up with gambling money and everything.
I told you she'd be terrific. She really knows how to get things done.
Well, if things keep breaking like this for us, it could turn into a nice place. Good work, Sandy.
Got a few more ideas. Just need a bit of time to work out the details.
Yeah, like what?
Sorry, can't talk about things till they're set in my mind.
Well, if it's as good as the laundry lurk, it'll be worth waiting for.
Speaking of deals, when's the first delivery due to arrive in the kitchen?
Oh, I forgot. It's probably there already.
Oh, well, I think it's about time you did a laundry pick-up in the kitchen, don't you?
That's funny. I was just thinking the same thing.
You're a bit early, aren't you? I haven't got all the dirty stuff together yet.
Where's Mrs. O?
She raced off to the loo. I reckon she's been eating her own cooking. And I'm having a fag, so you'll just have to wait. What are you doing?
Relax, will ya? Everything's been looked after. Docket's all fixed up. Forged signatures. A lot. Nobody's going to know that this extra stuff's come in, so nobody's going to miss it. Now, quick, get that dirty stuff and put it on top of the trolley.
It's not going to be much of a secret if Mrs. O walks in on you. Hurry it up, will you?
Don't work too hard.
Well, it has caused a bit of resentment amongst the women, but no real trouble.
I don't see why there should be trouble. Senior officers should be able to handle the women.
Is it really necessary to keep working in pairs?
I'm afraid so. The department was very definite about it.
Seems to me to be a bit of a waste of staff.
Unfortunately, we must implement all the new rules, not just the ones that suit us.
Yes, but there shouldn't be any problem. The union's been fighting for some of this for a long time. It's going to mean more safety for the staff.
I want you to understand the department insists that all the rules be strictly adhered to. There are to be no exceptions. Identity cards are to be worn at all times. And Mr. Fletcher... Mrs. Morris, where is your identity card?
Well, I wish I knew. I had it before we started the search.
You mean you've lost it?
Yes, I can't imagine what's happened to it.
Do you realise how serious this could be?
It's all right, Mrs. Davidson. You must have lost it when we searched the cells. I found it on the floor. Sorry, Mick. Meant to return it to you earlier and completely forgot.
You were saying, Mrs. Davidson?
I think that will be all for now. Just let me know if there are any serious signs of trouble. Mrs. Morris, I would like you to stay, please.
Hey, look who's here. It's Father Christmas.
Yay! I'll just take out door stuff while she's having those tests.
Yeah, well, we can't be greedy. We've got to be very careful, or else the whole little plan will be ruined before we begin.
Yeah, that makes sense. We don't want to get caught and ruin it all.
I wish you could find a way where you could get me some booze.
For heaven's sake, Lizzie, how could we forge a requisition form for grog and not be noticed? It'd hardly be a regular looking form, would it?
Oh, yeah, well, never mind, because I have got the next best thing.
Yeast? You cunning old butter.
You make your own.
Oh, yeah, and you should taste it.
Oh, leave her alone. Let her decide for herself. I'll make you a batch of Birdsworth's broth before you can say Jack Robinson.
Is the stuff drinkable?
It's a matter of opinion.
Oh, stop complaining. It does the job. Makes you feel real good.
Yeah, until the next day.
If you say so.
Yeah, well, why didn't Colleen give her back her ID card as soon as she found it? Damn.
Here, let me do that. You sit down, cool off a bit.
Thanks. Jim told me. Was it very bad?
Oh, it could have been worse. Mrs. Davidson was pretty cross, but she wasn't unfair.
Why didn't Colleen give it straight back to you?
Well, you tell me.
Do you think it was deliberate?
Nothing would surprise me.
Here you go. I must admit, I thought you looked rather pleased with herself.
Yeah, well, everyone knows that you two don't get on, but it's still a pretty vile thing to do.
Yes, I know. And now I have to go on patrol with her and pretend that nothing's happened.
Oh, patrol, I forgot. I'm supposed to be doing the rounds with Joyce and I'm late. Look, don't worry, Meg. It'll be all right. Tomorrow is another day.
Not as long as Colleen's around.
Company.
Well, it's about time. What's with all the locked gates all of a sudden anyway?
What's this? Birdsworth. What's in the bucket?
Hey? Oh, that's the muck from the machines.
Muck.
Yeah, you know. All sorts of things goes into the machines and they've got to be cleaned out. Rotten stuff, though.
Yeah, well, I better check on it. Take the lid off.
Are you sure? It stinks.
Quite sure. Come on.
Well, I hope you got a strong stomach. Better hold your nose.
All right, you can put it away now. Whose are these?
I don't know. Someone must have forgot them. It's only a carton of fags. I'll put them out of sight and you pretend you haven't seen them. I could do with a fag. An old woman has to have her comforts.
Sorry, Lizzie, I've got to report these. Mrs. Davidson will want to know where they came from.
You and your lousy booze. Well, that's one scheme down the drain. We've had it.
Oh, Struth, now they're working in packs.
That's because you're all such desperate women.
That's enough.
Come on, quiet down.
As you know, the new security measures will be enforced, whether you approve or not.
Yeah, and we all think it's a bit much.
I think I'm speaking for all the women, Mrs. Davidson. This place is beginning to lose its charm.
Wasn't too crash hot in the first place.
I'm sorry you feel that way. However, as long as I am in charge here, this prison will be run efficiently and according to the department's regulations. Furthermore, it will not be used as a trading post. Now, can anyone tell me how this appeared in the laundry? I see. Well, a stock check is being made. If I find anything is missing, it will mean a loss of privileges.
The new uniforms have arrived. I will be distributing them.
Oh, terrific. I suppose that's supposed to make us more happy about these new rules we've got to live under.
I have already told you the new rules will be enforced. Now you can either cooperate or make things a lot more difficult for yourselves.
Or can we at least do something with ourselves? You know, tizzy 'em up, make us feel a bit more human.
I see no harm in that. Birdsworth, I'd like to see you in my office, please.
Right, if you all go down to the rec room, I'll issue you with your uniforms.
Oh, wow. Now those straight jackets and chainmail.
God, look at this. You could fit two of me in here. Yes, but if you can't find something that fits, you'll have to make your own alterations.
Oh, just a minute, Mrs. Morris. There's no way I'm going to wear a skirt. Not for anybody.
Here, chuck it over. I've got overalls for B, but no skirt. I knew it. Army disposals. This came off a tank. I'm going to have to alter it for her.
She won't be needing it for a while.
Don't you believe it? She'll be well before you know it.
Well, she won't be well when she sees all this garbage on it. At least they could have done is embroidered our own initials.